Good morning. It's 2:45. With the whole hula over France, I didn't see any news coverage until just now. It was in the Vibe and the Black News, but I had seen something about this Boko. I don't know how to say his name. He's black from Nigeria and he's going around killing people. Boko, Boko. His type of name was Boko. I thought his last name should have been Harlem, but I guess it's Haram. Boko Haram, and that's a good example because he supposedly doesn't know how to read and doesn't want to educate his people. See, that's why it's important that our schools get better, because if not, you're going to have people running around thinking I thought I had a cold, but it's not. Running around. I got chronic boogers. Bad thing. Anyway, running around and they killed like 1,000 people plus. I think some reports even report more than that. But that's exactly, and African Americans, if it's not on the modern media, which I have to admit, I really don't have the patience for the local news station, because they don't give me the who, what, where, why, and how. There's a few times I don't even know sometimes, who writes some of these people's shit, because I'll flip the channels all in the same shit. I haven't had my TV on in actually since I guess the last time I had to get a new computer here last year, and then I had turned it back on, and then I had to redo my hard drive. Because I think what happens is that the propaganda makes you think that women or everybody has X-ray, or everybody has this and everybody has that. I don't look at X-rated shit, and I explain it to people, why I don't do things, and they just totally dismiss it because first of all, let me put it this way. When after they killed after Darren Wilson killed and murdered that boy walking down the street, Michael Brown, right after the Jewel trial, they were prosecutor and that policeman's going on interviews, and they're just saying shit that I know that's what they, were saying in front of their buddies, and buddies are high-fiving them. But when they said it on TV, it sounded first of all, it sounded very ignorant. Second of all, first of all, it sounded ignorant. First of all, it sounded very criminal. Especially the prosecutor, basically, they were making a mockery that they, what I'm saying, it's haha, look at the justice system, and we run it, and there's no justice, ha ha ha, but, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Nobody's gonna pay attention, not, you know what I'm saying? Because black people want to, they want to buy into that. They've been taught since pre-kindergarten that, you run to the police before you run to your parents. You know what I'm saying? Call 911. You know what I'm saying? And then every once in a while you'll see on TV, a 5-year-old was able to push 3 buttons. And you see kids, you give them something, that is something they do all the time. So we have to think about, I'm trying to get my heat right, we have to think about what type of parenting are we really doing. Are we going to have, what I'm saying, because that's the way we parent and the way the child ends up seeing the world. Let me put it this way. Anyway, it's disgusting that we ignore such a mass murderer because they're brown people. And the one people that are going to, ignore it because what I was trying to say is the way that you train your kids, you sort of not raising them, you sort of training them, with the hitting. Anyway, it's disgusting that places in Africa they could get away with killing millions of people. And I'm not trying to take away from the disgustingness of the act of murder. I don't care who does it. I don't care if it's the policeman that thinks he's justified because he's fucking scared of all, people that are darker than him. This bitch is pale, so fucking pale. I think they need to maybe check themselves to maybe make sure that, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you if you're that fucking pale. And look at their body shapes. They look like, they're all like really huge asses. Like maybe they just sit way too fucking much. Maybe their fucking diet is fucking disgusting too, because I mean they were showing some police that I don't know what the fuck you're eating. Well, I don't drink milk, and I know it's anyway, but whatever it is that makes you think that it's okay, to shoot people and think that that you're actually doing something positive, you know what I'm saying? And that once you get and for you to think when you get away from your crowd that the rest of us just is going to agree with some bullshit that is wrong. Yeah, I've seen like right over here the crackheads, they get together and like like ha they're teasing like me because first of all, I don't know. I'm not getting in the conversation. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Second of all, the only thing they're talking about either is getting fucked or go robbing somebody, or you know what I mean. And they don't even take credit for it. It's that other person was slipping. It ain't like they, it's not like they got any organized in their mind. So don't think there's really any organized anyway. But the thing that we could just overlook, the news media could overlook a massacre of such a astonishing amount. Well, there's something like 2K people, and that's what killed. But you have African Americans here, and I think once like me, I don't consider myself an African American because I think that's. I mean, I have friends. When I was growing up, I had friends that came. I mean. From overseas, I mean, almost all the white people there was first generations in Hell Kitchen, second generations, and I mean, they would say things like these parents, what I'm saying? But they would say that the parents actually turned them over, so you could see the results of what you're whooping and your type of thinking looks like. You can look at this Bukahama or whatever his name is in Nigeria. That's men's solution. It's collect all the women, pass them around as little sex toys, and then go into town and just kill everybody. Now this guy's uneducated because if he had a fucking any I don't know if he had any type of it's not even but see, you don't educate someone and they've been brought up like by a parent that's cruel, and you go out into this cruel world and you think the only way that you could survive in this world is not to get a 9 to 5 but to go shoot people or go get a job where you shoot people. It's funny because we got the policemen getting away with murder, but they try some soldiers. And that's the definition of being a soldier, is that you have to go kill somebody. You have to become a murderer. But as long as they're just, as long as they're, and I don't want to take away from the fact that it's wrong to kill, but at 27 people in France is horrible. But for the news media not to cover 2,000 plus people, I don't even know. My mind can't wrap around that many numbers. Because they're black. You got some. Anyway, I think we have, like I said, the problem that we have is global. You have to think, why it's so important for our education in the United States to be so trifling? Why is some of these Muslims fighting so hard not to educate their kids? Why it's always the children's schools that are getting bombed? Why? You know why? Because they know that as long as you keep wondering why, like you're 2 years old, you're not gonna worry about, the where, what, and you're not gonna worry about nothing else. You're stuck on why. It's very simple. That it's people enjoy watching boxing. There's some show I think is ridiculous, or some where a guy keeps showing. I think I watched it about 2 seconds. Keeps showing people getting hurt. I was like, how many times can you watch somebody bust their balls? To me, that shit ain't even funny. To me, like it's like I'm not laughing if I see somebody and I go, ooh. To me, that's not a like the same type of thing I get when I find something humorous. So I think that a lot of times that our kids' feelings are twisted or mixed up, and then we're geared and we're insensitized to the violence, to where like if to where Black lives don't matter. Nobody's outraged in Nigeria. Nobody went and saved those 200 plus little girls. Nobody. The President Michelle Obama came on. And you know what I'm saying? And I heard like people in Fox News making fun of all that. And I knew as soon as Fox News made fun of it, and that's dismissing it basically. You're just putting up the signs. Instead of saying, you know what I'm saying, when you can dismiss it, and you're like, they're stupid. You don't know how to spell, you're stupid. And, you know what I'm saying? You dismiss it. You're like, okay, and like if you go around and your biggest thing, police, is like, I can find out everybody don't know how to spell. Well, everybody in the United States, plus me, plus you, went to school in the United fucking States. So, you know what I'm saying? It shows that our school system, our politics, our justice system, even our media, is not taking care of the information that we need to be a healthy society, to be a smart society, to keep our money in our society. You know what I'm saying? When our news media, for a while there, I was watching one show that came on at 2, like in the middle of the night, because I wake up in the middle of the night, and I thought it was funny. And then they had this black lady on there, and they were calling her Sunshine. And the whole time, she was bad-mouthing Obama, she was bad-mouthing everybody, and then the bitch said something about she was up with her family, right, and they all teasing her because she's so skinny she doesn't eat. She talking about, well, I got the AIDS disease. And the guy goes, what? She goes, Gray's disease. I'm like, okay, bitch, here you is, doubting your own motherfucking people. And if you have something like that, maybe if you have something like a disease that you might have to depend on, your little 6-year-old, 7-year-old daughter. That's the only thing she was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Subject ain't even about no fucking child, but she's gonna bring up her daughter 5 or 6 times. But and that's sad that she does have that disease. But what's even worse is that when you're a person of color, when you're African American, and you think, because I've been around white people that were like, oh, well, they're different. I'm like, how? Just ask them how. I'm like, because I remember when I was a little girl, they were like, oh, there's a difference between a nigger and a nigger. I'm like, what? How? How's that? Oh, well, a nigger is this. I'm like, what the fuck you talking about? Because that's what we used to call white trash. White trash was lazy, didn't do nothing. Niggas always had jobs. Fuck. Anyway, I guess they call it 180 bad wolf. You know what I'm saying? There ain't no turning back now. But it's a shame that we are seeing, like here in the States, we're seeing in like for Memphis, particularly. I think already since the New Year's, there's been about at least 100 shootings. At least 12 I know about exactly. And so, I that's that's the most exciting thing you want to do. You want to do in the news is count, how many people got killed. What father got mad because his kid ate his cheesecake when his 3-year-old kid ate his kid, just about killed him. You know what I'm saying? So I think as long as the black people have this mentality that it's okay to cause pain and anguish to your child, and you're not giving them the information so they could properly be prepared for a job. And because, these kids get plenty of information. I know a bunch of 6-year-olds around here. They can tell you everybody their mama and daddy been with. They can tell you all about, daddy got STDs. These one little kids over in Gillis. It's like, I guess I've seen about 3 generations of them. All the girls go into prostitute, and all the guys, if they're not selling drugs, they work for the police department. And once the daughters stop being prostitutes, they become jailers over there. So they go from prostitution and drug trafficking to police and jailers. But anyway, and then some of them are still in the But the thing is, we have a society to where it's sick. It's fucking sick. I don't even know what I'm talking about. 2 o'clock. Oh, it's 3 o'clock now. But it's sick. I'm disturbed that we could have so many deaths and all of that, and we're heading the same way. We already got like Missouri already setting the precedent that it's okay, so that you could kill Americans. Because when the bottom line comes down to it on paper, and it's okay to kill someone, you know what I mean? Anyway, we got something to look forward to. We're going to be looking like Gaza. We're going to be looking like Nigeria. You know what I'm saying? This is the way you're heading. There wouldn't be a Jerry Springer show if there wasn't Jerry Springer people popping up fusely. Anyway, I think that as people of color, as black people, if we want to make Black Lives Matter, we're going to have to maybe, I don't know, maybe start stop, try not watching local news for a month. They're not going to cover us, or if they do cover us, they're going to make America sound like some racist ass, fascist shit to the rest of the world. I say, fuck them, I'm listening to them, because the shit, you know what I'm saying? That's their mama that raised them. But anyway, I think that we need to start thinking about putting our children first. Protecting our children. So if we protect our children, put our children first, they're going to put you first. Anyway, I think we need to really find out what can we do to save the women and at least the children of Nigeria from the suffering. If the men want to run around and cut off people's heads and run around and just go shoot people, and that's because they've been conditioned. That's because, just like here, I don't fault these kids. These kids did not stand a chance. At home, you get mom and dad is too busy hitting the pipe, or too busy trying to fuck, or too busy working. But whatever they're doing, they're too busy a lot of times. And you depend on the school to teach them, and the school ain't teaching them shit. Remember, Johnny can't read? Schools ain't teaching them shit. Our jobs are gone overseas. The Republicans are busy making a bunch of tax cuts for the rich while they're busy bringing the poor, the middle class. Taxes are pop up in the air. We're going to have another 2008 and the bank walks away with all our fucking money again? My condolences to the families that have to suffer through the type of oppression and propaganda that the white invaders had did to Nigeria. Your ways that you are following now is not your own. And I don't know where the Muslim is, but some Muslim needs to sit down that knows how to read and read that man the Quran, because that bitch is making up shit just all willy-nilly like the grand jury and the police in Missouri is, so they can get away with murder. And they do. Anyway, it's 3 o'clock. I gotta go eat. I'm starving. So, Tuesday Snoop Dogg comes out. That's another thing, like Snoop Dogg, right? You know, and all these other guys like get into football and sports, like, you know, it's like his son's doing quite well, and his football team is pretty, I don't watch football, but, you know, I've seen little clips, and it's pretty, you know, interesting. But what the girl's gonna do? I mean, I know he has a daughter. What the girl's gonna do? I mean, I guess, like, if you're gonna be in the football, I guess they got cheerleaders, right? Cheerleaders, I guess that, you know, like, you don't really have to go to college. What's the next step? Dance on a pole. So, I guess that, you know, if that's what you want your women to do, well, then open up schools. When they get legal age, they can find out all about how to, you know what I'm saying? Open up your schools, have your daughters dance on a pole, or, come on, there's got to be something else that you could think that females could do besides suck dick, get fucked in every orifice, and, leave snail trails on a pole. There's got to be something more. Come on, we got to have some more for plans for you little girls. I mean, I see Oprah, she run, that's nice, she run all the way out to Africa, Now, I hate to say she's a real Aunt Jemima. She got plenty of good money, but honey, it's just like something like Beyonce. I seen that one thing when she's empowering women. The same time they're saying we're empowering women, she might as well be, you know what I'm saying? You got men that anytime when they look at you, they don't hear your words. It's because because our society doesn't allow us to women express herself, especially not using our body. Like was it China? They cropped it because see, like especially if you haven't been breastfed. You know what I'm saying? You got, and then like some people that have been breastfed, they're like, I like titties because I've been breastfed. And no, you like titties because they're being put as a taboo. You can't market women as a sex object if you realize that, anyway, so, you gotta degrade them, you gotta humiliate them, they have to be ashamed. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ashamed, you gotta cover up, you gotta be ashamed, because anytime a guy might see you and his dick might get hard, maybe it's a pee-on, maybe a bunch of STD parasites are just waking up and wiggling now, or maybe, he has a good blood flow. But you know what I'm saying, because like in a lot of places women can't go out their house, they can't uncover their body, because if a man sees them immediately, he has the right to knock them down on the ground, and you know what I'm saying. So and here, women get ejectized, you know what I'm saying. They just like especially in Memphis, I hate going some fucking place. They don't give a fuck what the fuck they come out their mouth. And if you say too much, the bitch is gonna turn around and tell you, I'm a Christian. Like, you repeat the shit that came out their mouth, and then they'll turn around like, I'm a Christian, in front of somebody else. I'm a Christian. I'm like, yeah, we know you're a Christian. That doesn't stop you from being a foul ass, a perverted, a child beater. Now, does it? Those are all the things I find disgusting. I find it disgusting that we can have all these people murdered in Nigeria, and you can't find an hour in a fucking day, because that march didn't last fucking 48 hours that you ran that show. Anyway, I hope that, I send my condolences to Nigeria, and I hope that the Muslims wake up and find out that the white man propaganda not only worked on African Americans real well, but it worked on you real well. That's not in your nature to go around murdering and raping your own motherfucking women. With your own fucking daughter, your own mother. But it's been working real well for you guys. It's been working real well for the whole world. Now that we're all now walloping in peace, right? Oh, please. Just like the people that like to watch boxing is the same people that like to watch war. They get the jollies off of it. And what your little daughters and little boys got to look forward to. Because America is in the service industry. We're not in the manufacturing. So you better think, who the fuck your child going to be servicing? And how safe it is for us to fly. I say use trains and drive a car. Gas prices went down because white folks is acting all fucking funny. And you know who they gonna blame? Not themselves. They don't blame themselves for this war that never ended. You think World War II ended? Immediately in Korea, immediately in Vietnam, or y'all just have short-term fucking... Oh!